Donald Trump forgot basic English words while his former personal lawyer and now U.S. Attorney for the district, including New Jersey, Alina Habba, looked on in horror. You're going to hear in this clip that Donald Trump is unable to come up with the word criminal. And he comes up with an interesting little phrase, people of crime. People of crime. Listen to this.
And we hope this court system that's become so active all of a sudden in trying to protect some very, very bad people of crime, they have to stop. They have to let us do the job. We were elected to do the job. They shouldn't be interfering in that. It's a very sad thing that's going. Nobody can even believe it.
No idea what's going on. And by the way, we have not digitally altered this image in order to make Trump appear more orange. And by the way, I've received allegations that recently we've been oranging Trump. We have not been doing that. And in fact, the fact that people are accusing us of making him artificially orange is pretty wild, given that we don't do that. So, you know what? When I hear Trump unable to remember the word criminal and calls them people of crime, we had a pundit class that was obsessed with presidential acuity when it was Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee in 2024. They are silent now, silent on Trump, the oldest president in history, who continues to have mental lapse after mental lapse. I'm not saying he doesn't remember his name. I'm only looking at what we know, which is that if presidential acuity was the most important topic, it should be a topic for them right now. In this same very odd appearance, Donald Trump claiming that foreign countries are coming to him and apologizing. Sir, we are just so sorry.
I think most countries are agreeing with me. They actually, many of them have actually apologized. They said, look, we have taken advantage. And I don't blame them as much as I blame the people that stood. In this case, I can say the men, because so far they've been all men, haven't they? But the men that sat right there and behind the Resolute desk, mostly the Resolute desk, you know. I don't know if you know, you have a choice of 7 desks. The Resolute is the one I like, but some chose other ones. But they sat right behind a desk right in this location, and they let our country be hurt very badly.
Yes, totally incoherent. But in Trump's world, people are coming up to him all the time and apologizing, and it makes him feel like a really big boy. Finally, Donald Trump was asked, why did you pardon Trevor Milton? Now, Trevor Milton is the founder of Nikola, convicted by a New York jury in 2022 for misleading investors about the electric vehicle maker's technology. He was pardoned last Friday by Trump. Milton said he spoke to Trump over the phone and that he has been pardoned. Trump asked, why'd you pardon the guy? Trump doesn't know.
What was your reason for pardoning Trevor Milton?
Highly recommended by many people. That was taken advantage of. He did a business deal like in Utah, as I have it. And I think he was exonerated, and then they brought him into New York, where he had a rough road. I mean, he was exonerated. It was a big celebration. Again, I don't know him, but I was. They say it was very unfair, and they say the thing that he did wrong was he was one of the first people that supported a gentleman named Donald Trump for president. He supported Trump. He liked Trump. I didn't know him, but he liked him. It was in Utah, and they went after him. They went after his family. They went after his businesses. And he was, I believe, exonerated. And then they went after him again, and they brought him this time into Manhattan. And he had nothing to do with Manhattan. And they got him. And I said, that's unfair. There are many people like that.
Okay, he's just ranting. All right. Milton was convicted of fraud for making false claims about just about every aspect of his business to investors. And by the way, he and his wife donated $1.8 million to a Trump reelection campaign fund less than a month before the November election. That's what this is really about. It's more quid pro quo and more nonsense. If you're still using a free email service, your emails are often being scanned and tracked even after you delete them. Companies use the data to know everything about you and show you ads, even your most personal communications. That's why I recommend you check out StartMail. Unlike free email services, our sponsor StartMail never scans or tracks your emails. It also blocks tracking pixels, which companies and hackers use to capture your IP address. And when you delete an email in StartMail, it is gone forever, keeping your information private. StartMail allows you to create unlimited email aliases, protecting your identity and reducing spam. This lets you use different email addresses for different purposes, like newsletters or shopping. Plus, StartMail lets you encrypt every email, even if the recipient doesn't use encryption. Switching is easy. You can migrate all your existing emails and contacts with just a few clicks. StartMail also offers a business plan with unlimited domains, advanced phishing protection, and shared aliases for seamless team collaboration. Go to startmail.com/Pacman to get 50% off your first year. That's about $2 a month for a personal plan, or about $3 a month for a business plan, plus get 25% off additional accounts for team members. The link is in the description.